Greetings and salutations, I'm Keb. Welcome to this Let's Play of Dominus Galaxia Beta. Now, hopefully I'm on the right version right now. Now, this game is currently in development by StarChart Interactive, and they've graciously granted me access to a beta copy, and that's what I'm going to be playing around with for a bit, and see how it goes. Now, this game is a 4X space empire builder, and its tagline is a spiritual successor to Master of Orion. That is the 1993 version, not the more recent remake. Now, most games that draw inspiration from the Master of Orion franchise tend to do so from the second iteration of that series, and the one that features stuff like drill down maps and planetary build queues, like into civilization cities, that sort of thing. If you play the original Master of Orion, however, you'll know that that game solved things rather differently. And Dominus Galaxia will probably feel quite familiar to you if you've played the original Master of Orion. There's only one map layer. Your economy is handled by zero-sum sliders. Colonization and planetary invasions use the same method of hurling millions of people across the void, that sort of thing. Now, this is a beta copy, so anything you see here can and will change before the game's final release, so keep that in mind. Some artwork is placeholder, a few bits and pieces are not implemented in this particular build, and things like weapon damage numbers will probably be tweaked and balanced before release. All that aside, the game looks quite good, in good shape already. I don't believe Dominus Galaxia has gotten a release date yet, but I don't think the wait will be all that long either. And with all that out of the way, let's get to playing. So we're just going to start a new game and see how that goes. The first thing, we're going to play with a very small galaxy, because I'm kind of worried that the AI will crush me, and I don't want to be blindsided on many fronts. I want to change a different shape. Yeah, why not a butterfly shape? Now, of course, if you play with a small galaxy, it's going to be more difficult to see the butterfly shape. I do wonder if this is actually the galaxy we're going to be playing at, so if you can basically re-roll, so to speak, until you get the galaxy you want. Something like this. I want to see this. If this is actually the shape we'll get. And let's hope the AI starts up here, and we start down there. Yeah, why not? Lonely opponents. We want as much room as possible. That should affect the number of people playing or number of empires, I assume. So with Lonely, we should only be 2 empires, I think. Normal mode, I don't want to play Deathmatch, which is basically war always on. It's kind of terrifying. Now, AI modes. You'll have this new thing here, Dynamic. This, as far as I know, I've not really tried it yet, but as far as I understand, it will basically try to adjust the AI according to your level. So if you play really well, the AI will play even better to match, according to how much of a gap you want the AI to have. So if you put the AI on painful and you play a perfect game, the AI will have all the strategies. And by the looks of things, you can also allow the AI to basically cheat by having extra modifiers. Yeah. I wonder if that's on by default or not. It is on by default. Okay. But that's that's only for the dynamic AI. So you can basically do this. So you'll have the smartest possible AI, I assume, but no cheating. That's my guess. I don't know. Not documented, so how do I know? But we're not going to be playing with that. We're going to be playing with static, and we're going to be playing on master because I was basically requested to play there. Because that should be the baseline level, as far as I can tell. So that'll probably give us the best impression of what the AI is willing to do at the moment. Okay, with that, onwards. One of the things that hasn't been implemented yet are all the species. Some of them are not playable at the moment, as you can see. So we basically have the choice between the human and the Spixney. Now, as for the humans, I don't really want to play them, because if you notice the ruler names, that would be the good people that are actually making this game. But it would be much more fun to face them in the game, I think. So we're going to be playing the Spixney. We'll have a slightly brighter color. Now, each species will have their different bonuses. The humans had... what do they have again? Maintenance cost reduced, so they don't pay as much in upkeep of fleets and stations. Oh, it reset the name. And the Spixney are a spider people, and they have a dramatically increased birth rate, which is very good given that in this game you have population is basically also your foot soldiers, so you're hurling away millions of people to invade enemy planets, and then in such a scenario it's rather nice to be able to replenish all the people you're going to lose in doing that. Okay, so we're gonna be playing this Pixie. We're gonna disable the tips. Because obviously we're gonna figure out everything on our own. Okay, here's our starting planet, Mordon. Just a bit shy of being Mordor. All the evil. I don't think I can rename a planet at the moment. Or a system, rather. And we start with a few ships. It looks like these are all frigates. Maybe not. 6 laser cannons, that's definitely a frigate. That's a frigate. That isn't. Okay, we're gonna send these smaller ships out, I think. To explore. We don't see much, but we want to explore the few planets we can see. Oh! Oh, please don't tell me it landed me in that little 4-planet cluster. I think it did. I honestly think it did. This could be ugly. So instead of blocking the AI that way, we've shot ourselves in the foot. Glorious. Okay. Now, this is the all you can see of the universe at the moment, which is kind of... It irks me that you can't see the other stars, because that would have allowed me to plan. And if my thesis is or my assumption is correct, that the galaxy we saw during generation is the actual galaxy we're playing, it would be very... It kind of seems stupid to me not to have all those stars marked out already. Because if you remember, you'll know where all the stars are, at least for a smaller galaxy. I will find out. Oh, why did the whole background turn red? Didn't it? Oh my, encountered Proteus. Space pirates! Uh-oh. Okay, auto-solve that, and we lost the Corvette. Pity. Are you telling me we're only gonna have 4 planets and we can't even... Oh, this could get ugly. Okay, you start with 4 frigates. Yeah, nothing I can get through at the moment. At least this planet is colonizable. Ultra poor though. So it will have lousy production. Still, let's send 10 million people there. And we found another planet which is barren and hostile. Yeah, I think I've shot myself in the foot here by doing that galaxy generation. Certainly now looks like we are in that little corner of space. Oh. Or maybe not. Because now there's another planet out there. We can't reach it yet though. But yeah, maybe someday. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the whole preview thing isn't actually the galaxy you're playing. As far as I remember, there was only 4 stars in that upper cluster, right? I don't know. Regardless, we're gonna keep going. Now we're currently funneling all our all our industry into factories, because I believe that is the baseline setting, because your economy, as far as I can tell, is the same as it was in Master of Orion, which basically means your population produces credits, your factories produce credits, and that's what you distribute with those sliders. So you're basically funneling all our economy back into building more factories, so you're basically building up our economy. And we can do that until we cap out on factories. And that is probably the most efficient way to go about this. At least I assume it is, because that's the default setting, so... But I could be wrong. It has been so long since I played Master of Orion, the original, that I might well be wrong on quite a number of things. Population is growing too. We could of course switch out and build a few more ships and try to deal with the enemies, but I do want the factories first. Okay, now we're getting to the point where you have unmanned factories, because we don't have enough population to staff all of them. But that's okay. And here's our species. That's basically our science director. I'm still curious though how they can actually get to manipulate tools, given that they only have 1 finger on each hand. Unless you count whatever's up here by the neck as fingers, I don't know. We're gonna start with terraforming, I think. On this, we're gonna go with... missiles. Factory construction, sure. Class 1 deflector shield. We definitely want logistics range. That means we can reach other stars. And Gatling lasers, sure. And this is why we got research. Our planet reached the maximum factories, so all excess production goes into research by default, even if the slider is set to 0. Of course, now we're going to design our ships, I think. We're going to have to deal with our enemies over here. Now, what kind of ships do they have? Okay, they have a small ship with a proton gun. The other one has more proton guns and a few missiles. And some bombs. Okay, let's design our own little frigate. We don't really have much in terms of weapon right now. We are gonna stuff that ship full of nuclear missiles and yeah, sure, one little laser. Missile boat. Now that's basically a hit and run design, so we'll see if that works. I don't know. So we'll build a few of those. Of course, we're gonna funnel our entire production into those. They only had how many frigates? 4? 2, 3, 4. Now we should have quite a few ships. 5 missile boats. And quite a few other ships already. Yeah, let's build until we have something like that. 10, that should be more than sufficient, hopefully. I don't know. We'll find out very soon. We have a fleet at least. We're gonna take command. Now, unfortunately for our missile boats, these asteroids will hinder our missiles. If you shoot a missile into an asteroid, it'll hit the asteroid and it won't pass through. So you can basically dodge missiles by hiding behind asteroid fields. And in my little test games, the AI is quite good at that. So, we basically start out at the end of the map already. So we want to line ourselves up so that we can kill him. You all have laser cannons, which is kind of bad, but that also means I'm... stay at the edge. I want you to move here, fire, and then run. You just stay right there and fire. You can fire at this one instead. Oh, that's a smaller ship. Oh, damn it. I might have wasted a lot of missiles. That's the all laser cannon ship. Just move it out of the range. It doesn't have to do anything. Okay, at least we blew that one up. This one is being targeted by missiles all over the place, and that is bad because we can't really hide well here. Fire your missiles. Try to run. This is bad. Okay, these missiles are gonna hit the asteroids here, so they're not a danger. These things, on the other hand, will hit our ship. I don't think we can escape them. No, we could. Awesome. Okay, I stand corrected. You basically have laser cannons, no need to move you at all. You have missiles out into the wide open. I want to be darn sure that this guy dies, so fire your rest of the missiles there and run. Because you have missiles inbound, maybe you can duck behind that asteroid. Or maybe not. Fire at them. And stay right there. You also have missiles. Fire at him. And don't move. Okay, we blew up one of them. As you can see, he's now hiding. Hiding behind the asteroid there. I could attack, but I'm not going to do that. We're just going to prepare to jump away. which we can do next turn, because then our drives will have spooled up. You have missiles inbound. Oh, I kind of... that was a bad move for me. I should have been able to move there. So we could hide behind asteroids, but I think we're good enough anyway from this position. I hope so, at least. You have basically laser cannons, but you have missiles inbound, so you want to try to hide. You want to bait them. Oh, one of them's gonna pass, I think, but that's okay too. No, never mind. Never mind. You will not be able to escape those missiles, I think. Nope. Dang it. But they missed! Never mind. And now we can basically set ourselves up to run away. Our ships are spooling up their drives. So now we can retreat. Oh, I should have moved him one square. But, yeah, well, it was okay anyway. If I shoot, can I still retreat? Yes, I can. Parting shot. You do have missiles inbound. Dang it, he's not going to be able to escape them. Because I need him to be there in order to retreat, so... That's okay, though. I don't believe damage is retained between combats. And even better... Oh, dang it. Okay, fine, we lost one. Was that our Corvette, though? I think that was the Corvette. And I'm okay with losing one ship. We took out more of theirs anyway. We could have stayed and fought, but they would have missiles, we would not have missiles. All we would have left were a few laser cannons. And that wouldn't have worked over so well. As you can see, the missiles won't pursue if you're retreating, so... Clear and escape there. Lost a frigate. Ah. But we took out a fair bit of theirs, so that's okay. And we can always return here in a couple of turns. Finish our deflection shield. Lovely. Let's keep going down that path. Let's try this again. Oh, more terraforming. Good. Now, as you get new text like this, you can choose to spend everything, or rather you can reassign your factory production or economy for all planets right away, and we're going to do that. We basically want to terraform all our planets right away. And we're going to research that one. And remind me to go and check the sliders later. We're going to take command. Let's see, is this the same map? No, it has changed. The asteroids aren't in the same positions anymore. I want this guy to be the bait. If I can swing it. Oh, this is pretty good. Now we have a fairly open shot. We shot at them at you, so we shoot them at you. Oh, they're going to be able to dodge your missiles rather easily. Go there for now. You gotta try. Oh, you have a shot there if he doesn't dodge behind everything. He dodged, bastard. Yeah, you know what? At this point, I want to win. So let's see. You are being targeted by missiles. I'm gonna fire your missiles at them. And then hide. I'm trying to kill him now. By approaching him, he'll have less chance to dodge. Of course, the same will apply to us, so... there is that little problem. Let's try. Sadly, I can't select just my laser weapons, as far as I can tell. I would have liked to keep my missiles. So what are you gonna do? That one dies, that one tries to hide. It did fire away his missiles. Well, not you, that's one. You're selected right now. You're still being targeted by missiles, so you kind of have to bait them first. There we go. Yeah, firing away laser, that's not really the way to kill him, but that's what we have right now, so... should have the numbers to kill him. This one, it's gonna be a bit more tricky. Oh, you got around those. No, you're not gonna get away, dang it. But they missed. So did you. Okay, get down here. Oh, he fired missiles at me and I didn't even notice. But there we go. Pirates dealt with. No losses, we destroyed three frigates. Okay, what I was getting at earlier. As you can see, we reassigned all our economy into terraforming. With a maximum slider. Well, not all our economy. We also kept the old slider settings. So we have 50-50 split now of our production. Which is okay. And we cleared the planet. So now Proteus can be colonized, which we are going to do. We can only do so from our home world. That's a nice little Terran planet, so we want to build... Could send half our populace over there. I'm actually going to do that. That's a lot of pops, I know, but we have an increased growth rate. This will mean our factories will be unmanned. They will produce far less than they normally would. Or not. Okay, it doesn't compute until next turn. I've ordered the move, but it doesn't compute the actual loss until next turn. Okay. And there's nothing much else for us to do. The planet over here, what was that again? It was a barren world. Okay, so barren colonization would be advantageous to us. You should get a starport, but unfortunately you're also poor as hell and you'll have no factories and it'll take friggin' forever. Yeah, 67 years. 45 years. I'm gonna do this because I really want the starport here so we can get to the rest of the galaxy. There the colony is formed. Fun. Everything goes into production. And Mordor should now have unmanned factories. Oh yeah, quite a few. Why is the factory slider there, by the way? Oh, because we've terraformed a bit, I think. Right? We already have 200 of 200 factories. No, okay, that's how it works. We've terraformed, so we can see we have a high pop limit. It was 100 before. So now we can have 104 factories. 208, because there's 2 factories per population, if I remember correctly. At least at the moment. I believe text changes that. Do we want to keep... Nah, let's split it like this. We're not going to do much research until or production until our population recovers. Which shouldn't take all that long, because it grows rather quickly. And by sending this many people over to Proteus, it will be a functional colony. much sooner, and that's kind of why we did that. Okay, we got in better mislivation tech, lovely. Yeah, factory automation sounds lovely. 3 factories per unit of population. That should increase our production quite a bit once we've gotten that bit going, but that'll be some other time, because now it is definitely time for a break. Now, if you've enjoyed watching this game, or if you'd like to support my channel, please consider hitting those like and subscribe buttons, because both actions help me out a great deal. And if you have any sort of feedback to me, by all means, the comment field is right down below. And beyond that, thank you for watching this little beta tryout of Dominus Galaxia.